Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Miss Excalibar, back with another review. I'm going to be doing 3 different ways to do your eyebrows. So I do an Instagram eyebrow, which isn't a classic Instagram eyebrow. I also do a the normal faded brow, and I use 3 different mediums. So let's go with it. Now I've already primed. I've used aloe vera as my main primer, and I've used some of the Ordinary products on my eye. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in with the Pro Concealer High Definition in Cool Tan. Now you don't have to use this, you can use whichever base you want. So I'm just going to go over the eye. I'm going to do both of them because I'm going to show you how I do it. Now I'm going to use a little tiny bit. And then you set it. Now as you can see, I haven't got much eyebrows. That's not from over plucking, it's just I have thin eyebrows. Do slightly shape them. So then once you've put your powder on, your concealer on, then you put your powder on. Any powder you want, any base powder. Now I do this because I've got oily skin, and if I don't set and put a base for my eyebrow application, it just rubs off within an hour or so. So I'm just using the Topaz Ebony powder. Now it doesn't have to be perfect because it just depends on how you do your makeup. You might do your eyebrows first along with your foundation, like following afterwards, or you might use your might do your eyebrows last. It just depends on what you're doing. Always remember, when you're trying to get a nice eyebrow shape or your perfect eyebrow shape, make sure that you start the front of your brow starts around about there, and then you use your nose as a guide, and then you look for your arch, and your arch needs to be in line right around about the side of your nose, and then your final tail end needs to be round about there. If you want to, you can do little lines and then rub them off afterwards, but as you get into it and get used to it, you'll just be able to draw it on. So the first technique I'm going to show you is the pencil method, which is my normal go-to everyday eyebrow look. So I'm using Sleek brown pencil in 191. Now I've used lots of pencils in my time, and I prefer waxy pencils because, again, I've got oily skin and I find that these hold better. When they're too soft, they just melt off my skin. So I'm going in, I'm using upward strokes, hope you can see that. So I'm just setting the actual, what do you call it? Yeah, not the tail end, the front end. So, and then I'm going to draw underneath my brows, just so you can see. Lift my head up a little bit. I have filmed this before, and it all you could see was the top of my head. So I thought, come on, Miss Excalibar, I gotta come better than that. So that looks quite harsh, but you just draw in the shape that you want. Now there's no rules as in what shape you want. You can have it rounded, you can have it slightly arched, you can have thin, thick. It just depends on your face shape. So then I'm going to go on top. I'm doing little strokes, as you can see, just so that I've got a shape. Extend it. If it goes over, just rub that off with your finger. Always start with brown, because you can always add more definition. So that's just the rough outline. Then in with my next pencil. So the next pencil I'm using, it's the Barry M, and it's a black pencil. This is another waxy one, which is really good. So then now I'm starting just past the front end. So this is the graduating effect. This is the classic, as they call it, the Instagram brow, but this is the brow I kind of do. It's my go-to brow. See how that's taking shape? Well, it's taking shape. And then you just add more fake hairs. You can see that coming through there. Then define it how you want. Neaten it, clean it up, any cleanup you want to do before you set it. So I'm just going to use a cotton bud. Go on top, turn it around, go underneath. I like the front of my brow looking quite messy. Going back in with the brown. You don't have to, it just depends on what you're going for. And then I'm going to set that with the same Ebony translucent powder, or any powder that you want to set it. And that's it. That's brow shape and style number 1, using pencils and powder. Now on to eyebrow technique number 2. I'm using the BH Cosmetics, what is it? Waterproof brow pomade, and this colour is in Ebony. Now all you need is a little angled brush for this. So I've got one here. This is from the Morphe set. Now you only need a little bit. Let's see if I can show you what I'm doing. Now you only need a little bit. So all you do is you take some of the pomade. You make sure it's on the end of your angled brush. And then what I like to do is go in to the lid and just dab it into the lid and use any product from the lid. If you have to go back in, then go back in. Now what I like to do is start the shape the same way. Before I use this technique, I'm going to brush my brow quickly. Not that I've got much brow to brush. And then it's the same thing, going in with the line at the bottom. I like to do my outline first. I'm using quite light strokes. Now with this technique, my eyebrows come out a lot harsher, but I don't mind that because it depends on what mood I'm in. and what style I'm going for. So then gently go up with the brush, create the feathered effect. Now this really makes your lashes look thick. Join the tail end, fill them in. Draw it up. Then add in some more, define it. Now go back into the actual pot. Even though it comes out looking like a block, I actually like that look. Then back in with a cotton bud to shape it. Then if you need to, add a little bit more. And then if you want to, you can always define it. You can always make it more defined. You see it looks like it's got gaps in, but I don't mind that sometimes because it actually looks like your skin's peeking through. That's quite sharp, so you can always extend it as well. Now this is my harsher look, and it's more of when I'm using really bold colours, or I really just want my brow to be the star of the day. And sometimes it's just my casual look as well. It's like a quick casual look. So that's technique number 2. So that's technique number 2, using the brow pomade. And what you're going to do is you're going to set that the same way that you set everything else. Just a light dusting. Not that you should have to set it because this one's meant to be waterproof, but I always set everything because I've got very oily skin. Oily T-zone. A little bit dry here, but not much, mainly oily. So that's technique number 2. Now technique number 3, which is my Instagram brow. Now this brow, it's really dramatic, it's really heavy, not really for every day, but if you like that kind of heavy look, then go for it. So this technique kind of came about by accident. I was looking for my pencil, and I couldn't find my pencil, and I thought, oh gosh, I didn't have any pencils, and I was actually in the flow of actually doing a look, and I thought, I'm not getting up, I can't bother to find it. So then I just came upon and I looked at my liquid eyeliner, which is, let me show you in this side. it's my small liquid eyeliner. It's rubbed off now, but it's the Makeup Revolution liquid eyeliner, and it's got a really small it's got a small brush on it, almost like a pinhead. You'll see it in a minute. And I just found that was easy to my detailing work, so I'll show you that now. So what you do is set it again with the concealer and the powder. Brush the hairs up if you want to. Brush them in the direction that you want them to go. That also takes some of the powder off, as you can see. Once I've put my concealer on and just put a little bit of powder on the base, you can't really see my eyebrows because they're very, very thin. So then with this one, what I normally do is, because it's for Instagram and it's a lot heavier, I normally go in with a black pencil. And yeah, my hair colour is a natural 1B. I always used to find black by itself was really harsh. I always had to mix it brown. But for Instagram, it works really well. I'll insert a picture after I've done the eye, so you can see what it looks like. Actually, I insert a picture here. As you can see, it's really detailed and it just looks really, really stands out. So same thing, same technique. You start with the base, little strokes, even though it looks like I'm just doing one line and it looks quite harsh. These just have to be confident. Fake lines with a pencil. Just to where you want it to be. Make sure your pencil's sharp. Now that's just a thin version. My Instagram eyebrows are normally a lot thicker than that. Sometimes I need it to show off the look I'm doing. You just partially fill it in. Yes, at the moment they look like cartoon brows, which is fine, because you're gonna fill them in now. Then you take the liquid liner and let me see if I can show you how thin that is, and bring it towards my face. It's really thin and detailed. Can't really do my eyebrows without it now. Not for my Instagram now. So then you just gently take a little bit off. And you just gently go on top of the hairs, almost like you're using mascara, but you're not really, it's not mascara. Takes just a little bit longer. It's just a different technique. And you're painting, you're literally painting in the brows. Because you're going over it, it's making it look like you've got really thick brows. Now here, I just like to come into the center, well, to the front. Come into the front and just really push the kind of pushing the product in, but I'm doing like little strokes. And then I'm putting in some fake angles. as you can see, you can start to see you can see the little my skin in between, which I really like because it doesn't make it look as blocky. Let's see if you can see that. Yep. And then you just keep shaping it, defining it. Adding texture. Making them thicker if you want. I like that. Then what you're going to do is you're going to set it now. When I use it, when it's jet black like this, I like to use my RCMA clear powder. And that doesn't leave any colouring, because sometimes when you put, even though the powders, the Topaz that I use, it's a light brown, sometimes it can come off green because it's the colours mixing. So I'm just going to put some clear translucent powder on so you can see what that looks like. So I'm just using the RCMA no colour powder, just a little bit. I'm not going to use all of that. Make sure that you wait for the liquid eyeliner to dry as well. So what you don't want is it to pick up on the brush and it starts to smear. So you just gently tap it on. Let it set, and it sets as soon as you put it on. As soon as you put the powder on, it sets. And then that's it. This look I normally use for my Instagram. This is just my daily. See, it's faded, it's not as bright, it's not as in your face. So that's my Instagram POW generous looking eyebrow. I suppose you could use it and wear it when you go out if you want, or you could have it as a daily, because I know some people that do have naturally thick eyebrows and it looks beautiful. I just wasn't blessed with big thick eyebrows. So that's my 3-in-1 tutorial. So I've shown you 3 techniques using the pencil, the pomade, and the liquid liner and pencil. So please comment, like and subscribe. Hope you like this quick tutorial, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.